getting quite good at this. Morning, David. Thanks for your time this morning.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. So this discussion is to understand, a while ago you met up with one of the leading scientists in his field, and he approached you with a crisis that is affecting so many children. Can you explain more about that eventful meeting that you had with this doctor?
Yes, thank you, Nigel. We were asked, could we meet with this scientist, the lead scientist of a group of scientists for 200 scientists from nations all around the world.
Okay.
And collectively they would be looking at a product to help alleviate the problem that causes 15,000 children under the age of 5 to die.
Wow.
And they came up with what they believed could be the answer to it, and they contacted me because of my reputation with his sister to put together a product to help with that.
Right. So in that meeting he made you understand that globally 15,000 children under the age of 5 are dying every day.
Exactly.
Wow.
My passion, my biggest passion in the world is children, because they're our future.
Yep.
And you know, if you're removing 15,000 children a day, what's going to happen with our future? You know, children are what's going to run the world in the foreseeable future.
So obviously that affected you in some way. So what is it that he had requested you to do? Because he brought you a product called Moringa. And what was he basically asking you to do with your nutritional science background?
He came to me to design a product that could be made, that could be given free to those children and the families of those children to help alleviate the starvation and the unnecessary deaths.
So with all of your years, 33 years of nutritional science background, you had never heard of Moringa. So tell me more about Moringa. What makes Moringa so special as a plant?
Moringa is extremely special because it grows readily.
Yeah.
And you can grow it anywhere. You could grow a tree in your backyard and it would be very good. It'd be a very nice tree.
Yeah.
However, it only develops its nutritional value or its complete nutritional value when it's grown under certain conditions. And they are not the best growing conditions. The plant needs to be stressed.
Yep.
It needs to grow in arid areas and it needs to be consumed raw.
Right.
And we selected it with the help of the scientists, the best areas to select the leaf to be dried, but air dried, and then processed, very minimally processed, like just
as close to the source as possible.
Made into a powder, but because it was dried and not and made into a product. Because once you heat it, because in areas where people are dying, they eat some of the moringa leaves.
Right.
But what they do is they cook it, and they cook it and cook it and cook it, and they destroy the nutritional value of it.
Okay.
A lot of nutrition and a lot of nutrients are very heat sensitive, so the moment you overheat something, you diminish its nutritional value.
Yeah.
So it needs to be consumed raw, and it's not traditionally consumed raw.
So I've understood that Moringa is a nutrient-dense food source. Some people have claimed it's as close to a complete food source as possible. What is your understanding about Moringa?
My understanding from the science and talking to the scientists and doing some research of my own is that it's probably the most nutrient-dense food grown under the right conditions available. It has a complete protein profile, which is extremely important for us, for our immune system and for our repairing and rebuilding. It has a complete vitamin profile, so that it contains all of the vitamins that we require for human health, and it also requires all of the minerals, which is quite rare.
Right.
That find all of these things in one plant.
Right.
About the only thing that's missing is the water we need.
Right.
And the air we breathe.
Okay.
And that's unheard of in the plant industry. And I can't understand why, in all my years of dealing with health and nutrition, that this wasn't made available to me. The knowledge of it was made available to me for those people that were my instructors.
So once you heard of Moringa, you then went on to create a company called FELICITà, which now manufactures Moringa-based product, which you have branded called Moringo.
We've branded it Moringo because the process actually makes it a better product.
Right.
And with the addition of a couple of other things to it, we call it Moringa.
Moringa.
To make sure that there is a distinction between the two, and because of where it's sourced from, we're trying to make it different.
So what makes your Moringo different to anything else out in the marketplace or sitting on the shelves? I know you spoke about its location, that the tree has to be stressed for the tree to be very nutrient dense. Other than that, I think I saw on one of your labels that you also manufacture your product to GMP. So exactly what is that? Can you explain more?
We manufacture our product to best manufacturing processes. You can manufacture a food product in any sort of laboratory that is clean and is certified as being clean. And that's okay. And most of our food that we buy from the supermarket is manufactured, any of the manufactured food is manufactured under those circumstances. And they're generally pretty good.
Yeah.
But the checks and balances aren't there. When you go to good food manufacturing or nutritional food manufacturing, it comes under a completely different profile.
Okay.
It needs to go through checks and balances so that what you say is there is provably there.
Yep.
Where in food manufacturing it doesn't have to be.
Right.
And so that everything you say can be backed up by the science.
Right.
So we chose to do that. Even the fact that it costs quite considerably more money to manufacture in that process, because of the extra checks and balances, and not just a check and balance in the first manufacture. Every batch needs to have all the checks and balances, where in food manufacturing it doesn't.
Okay.
And it's the highest standard in the world.
So GMP, or good manufacturing practices, is quality. It certainly is a testimony to quality that your products are manufactured to.
Manufactured to a quality,
right?
But also the raw product comes under the same scrutiny.
Right.
Where in food manufacturing it doesn't.
Okay.
And the product, we could have made it cheaper.
Yeah.
And it would have possibly been just as good, but we would never have known that.
Right.
But because we took that extra step and go to the very most stringent area to make it, we can be absolutely 100% guaranteed that what's in the thing that we ask people to consume is the very best available.
And so GMP, from my understanding, basically also implies that there will be some therapeutic gain for the consumer when a product is manufactured with that high stringent and to that quality.
What it does say is that what nutrient is claimed to be there is there.
Okay.
And that in itself is reason enough that we would go to the extra expense, and it's considerable, to do that.
Okay.
And because we're not interested in producing a product, we're interested in producing a product that causes results.
Right. The other thing that I've learned about your company is that FELICITà have created a fund called the Moringo Kids Fund. Now, can you just explain to me how your product, FELICITÀ supports the Moringo Kids Fund?
It's probably the wrong way of making it, because the Kids Fund came first.
Oh, okay.
And the product came afterwards.
Oh, okay.
When we talked to the scientists, we could understand that not only was there a great product, somebody needed to produce money to make the product available free of charge.
Free of charge.
And free of commitments of people to take their cut out of it.
Yep.
And we came up with the idea. We are very skilled at network marketing, been involved in network marketing for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And we figured that if we could produce a product just like this, this is the product.
Oh, okay.
We could sell the product to generate income to go aside to produce products that could be given free to these children that are dying.
So a sale or portion of every product sold moves across to the fund to support its mission. Is that correct?
That's the reason why the product is sold initially.
Right.
The best way to get that product sold is the people that sell it have them make a profit off it as well.
Okay.
And so the reason why we are selling the product is to generate money from people who can afford to buy the product.
Yep.
To add towards the fund to save children's lives.
Okay, so it's a win-win-win situation. People that share the message about these products, they stand to benefit financially. FELICITà benefits as well, and a portion of every sale for every product supports the fund and the kids. Did I get that right?
You get that pretty right. There is one more area to it. My passion is being fulfilled.
Right.
Of everything that I've ever done in my life that generates income.
Yep.
Has always been motivated mostly if I was doing something to help children.
Right.
I love children because the children are our future. And unless we save the children and they can get an education and they can do the things, our life degenerates into nothingness. And so the most important thing for me is the fact that we are going to be able to save children so that they can reach their full potential and maybe go out and save other people.
Yep.
So with this small bottle of product and the health benefits contained within, you need to remember that if you choose to purchase a bottle of our product or get involved in us with our company, know that every time you put one of these capsules in your mouth, you're not only improving your own health and well-being, you're improving the life, maybe saving the life of a number of children.
Wow, that's quite inspiring.
And so, I don't know if you can tell by the video, but I'm not a young man. I feel young. I got a brand new life.
You look fine.
I'm 71. And I'd planned to spend my retiring years travelling and cruising and doing all sorts of things. And I'd probably have liked it, but I'm not sure whether I will or not because I haven't had the opportunity to do it. The most important thing in my life right now is saving as many of those children as I possibly can. And just remember that if you choose to use some of our products, you'll know that every time you spend some money with a company, you're saving another child.
Okay, David, thank you very much for your time, your passion, your commitment. It truly is quite inspiring. So thanks again.
Thank you, Nigel. And remember, we're just a phone call away.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thanks, Nigel.